Hi, Tim here with Student Athlete World. I know you're getting excited about your big trip, and I want to share with you some travel preparation guidelines that'll hopefully help you prepare. The first thing is packing. Remember, less is more. Everything you bring with you on this trip, you're going to be carrying with you the whole time. That means through airports, hotels, buses, trains, wherever we go, you're bringing it with you. You're going to be so busy anyway that we won't have a lot of time to change outfits. So pack light, be comfortable, check the weather so you know what it's going to be like where you're going. Second thing is money. We recommend a combination of cash and debit card. Credit cards are not accepted everywhere overseas. The main thing is to talk to your bank or credit card company and make sure that they know where you'll be traveling and make sure that your card will work. The same thing goes with your phone. You want to contact your phone provider and make sure they know where you're going and see if you can add a plan that'll cover those days that you'll be there. Be really careful of the fine print. The charges can really rack up when it comes to especially data. Another side note on that, we want you to put the phone down, have fun, and enjoy the trip anyway. So the phone's for emergencies. If you have to use it, it's there. But enjoy the trip while you're on it. It brings us to electricity. So remember, different countries have different voltage in their actual outlet plug. So you may need an adapter or even a converter. For example, in Europe, the electricity is V220. So for any big electronics like a hairdryer or a laptop, you'll actually need a converter to change the voltage. For any electronic, you'll need the adapter to change how the little plugs fit into the hole. Google the country you're going to and what you might need to fit that. When you're Googling that, also Google the places you're going to go on the itinerary, the cities you're going to visit, and get to know them a little bit. This will make your experience so much better. Okay, now we're on to departure day. Bear in mind, departure day is going to be stressful, it's going to be long, it's going to be boring. We recommend you're at our departure airport a minimum of 4 to 5 hours before our scheduled departure. Now, this is really important because for most of you, if you're connecting via flight, you'll have to collect your bags from baggage claim, meaning you'll leave security, then you'll have to go to a new terminal, international departure terminal, find our airline, recheck your bags, and go back through security again. That can take some time, especially with international travel. Our staff will try to be at the different places, but we can't always be where you are because of the logistics of airlines and the rules. So we can't be on the side of security that you may be on. So if you're traveling alone or haven't traveled before, what you want to make sure you do is just contact airport personnel, go up to the kiosk, let them know, and they'll help point you in the right direction. I wish we could tell you the exact terminal and gate that we'll leave out of. Unfortunately, that information isn't or can change up to a few hours before our flight. So we don't always know where our flight is actually going to take off from. But we will see you there. We will be at our departure gate. So you got to make sure you can get to our departure gate. Hopefully we get a chance to see you before you're at that gate. So on the plane, once we get on that airplane, for Europe flights, those are typically leave at night and arrive in Europe in the morning. So you're going to want to sleep on the plane because it's going to be your only chance to sleep that night. When you arrive in Europe, you'll be very tired and want to go to sleep, but we can't let you do that because then you're going to get jet lag and that's going to be worse. So bring everything with you on the plane, whether it's charged up electronics or downloaded, whatever you need to do so that you can hopefully rest when you're on that plane. Okay, so we've landed at our destination. The main thing I want to convey to you is to make sure that you're being aware and you're always communicating with your coaches and your trip leaders. Don't be a wanderer. We have a lot of people to get from point A to point B, and we need your communication to make sure we can do that safely. When it comes to group travel in another country, be a great American. Remember, this is their home. This is their country. We want to represent our country, our company, and you want to represent yourself. Remember, some of the people you meet, you might be one of the very few Americans they've ever met. So you're really getting an awesome opportunity to set the standard for what we want everybody to think about us. Don't be what we call an ugly American that is complaining about things or how things are different than how they are in America. Some of the differences that you might find, especially in a place like Europe, is there are no free bathrooms, there are no free drinks, there's no free refills, and even something as simple as ice is really hard to find. That doesn't mean that it's any better or any worse, because they also have a rich tradition and history and some really, really cool things about their country that are different than our country. So just keep in mind that everything is about the differences, and really embrace those differences and learn as much as you can about it and have fun. Okay, so when it comes to playing your sport overseas, there's going to be some challenges and differences there as well. There's going to be different rules. The reffing or umpiring is going to be different. So your coaches will try to help you with that, but embrace those differences and roll with the punches. Hopefully you're going to have some great competition. If you do have a blowout in either direction, enjoy that game and have fun, because remember, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to compete against athletes from another country. You can travel to other countries, of course, anytime throughout your life, but really being able to play a sport with these athletes from other countries is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So really embrace that part of the trip. Another big question we get a lot is about the food. So my advice to you is to try it. It may be a little different than what you are used to. We specifically try to find places that give us a unique local experience. So that includes food. So while we do try to find food that is a good balance, you will have some meals that maybe you've never had before. What you want to do if you're a picky eater is make sure you pack some snacks so you can eat between meals, just in case you come across something that isn't going to work well for you. But you live once, so give it a try. When it comes to safety, first off, we only travel to places that are very, very safe, safer than any big city in the United States. But we are going to be in places that are tourist locations. At any tourist location, you might come across pickpocketing. Now, this isn't something you need to be paranoid about, but something as simple as keeping your money in your front pocket instead of your back pocket can help alleviate this issue. So you just want to be conscientious of the safety in your surroundings. But again, it's not something that you want to be paranoid about it. Okay, so the last thing I have is the rules for our travel. When you signed the contract to come on this trip, you signed something called the Code of Conduct. And that explains all the things that you were going to do on the trip, like be a good communicator, be a great American, and so forth. We also have a policy that there's no drinking and no drugs on any of our tours by any student athletes. And this even includes if you're in a country where you're of legal drinking age, or if your parents are there or whatever. It's just not something we do on our Student Athlete World trips. So remember, being on a trip like this is a privilege and an honor, and represent yourself to the best of your ability, and you're going to have an amazing time. I look forward to seeing how fun this trip is for you. If you have any questions, please let our staff know before the trip, and we will see you all very soon.